Welcome to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report, hosted by Craig Dawson, Vice President, Soul Pit Media.
Hello and welcome to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report. Today we have a very special guest. Today we have Ed Gainey, Mayor of the City of Pittsburgh. Mayor Gainey, welcome to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate y'all for having me. How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing great, sir. We're definitely doing great. Try to make this city great for everybody.
That's right. That's the goal right there.
Absolutely. Now, Mayor Gainey, growing up in Pittsburgh, did you ever envision yourself as the mayor of Pittsburgh one day?
No, I'm not at all. To be quite honest, when I was growing up, I had never met a politician. I didn't even know one. My first 18, 19 years in the city, the first politician I met was not in the city. First politician I met was in Baltimore when I was going to Morgan State University. There was a gentleman by the name of Mayor Smoke. He was the first mayor I had met going to Morgan State. The first day of class, this was January of 90. I was going to class and the professor had asked me what I was doing in the classroom. I was like, well, you teaching, right? She was like, your lesson's not in the classroom. That's what your class makes. To see a certain entity that wanted to see Morgan State get defunded. And so they were applying pressure to the state to defund the HBCU. And we had boycotted and we marched all the way down to City Hall. And then marching from the City Hall, never got to meet him up close. Because at the time, I was coming from Pittsburgh. We didn't protest and things of that sort. So all this was new to me in the years that I was growing up. And I got to see Mayor Smoke of Baltimore. And I also got to watch how he helped us keep Morgan State at HBCU.
Now, Mayor Gainey, can you talk to our listeners a little bit about your journey to become mayor of this great city?
I started at the bottom. But I had some great teachers around me. I had the Doc Fielders. I had the Harvey Adams. I had the Bubby Harrison, Saluddin, Tom Cox, Mayor Murphy, Joe Preston. I had a lot of good, Alma C. Fox. I had a lot of good teachers, and I started at the bottom. When I first started getting in this business, first thing that I did, I was on a solid special campaign. He was running in a special election. And it wasn't about me getting paid. It was about me just being in the arena, being in the atmosphere, being able to join him to the meetings that he took me to. Whatever meetings he took me to, I got to watch and I got to see and I got to pay attention. From there, I went to work for East Liberty Development. It was closed down due to racial tension. And while it was closed down, it was about to open up under the leadership of a gentleman by the name of Wheeler Wednesday. And I went to Wheeler and I said, hey, I know y'all don't have any money, but I'm willing to be your gopher. You could teach me community development if you like the job that I do. And when you get some money, you can pay me. And that's how it started. From there, I went to work for Joe Preston. After working for Joe Preston, I went to work for Tom Murphy as a community development specialist. I worked for him. I ran for a state rep. I lost. I got kicked off the ballot the first time. Second time I lost. The third time I won by 64% of the vote. I was a state rep for 8 years, and then I ran for mayor. And in running for mayor, of course, being in a city that's only 23% African American, it was a challenge I wasn't sure. And to be quite honest, I didn't believe that I would be able to get because the city's only 23% black. But the one thing I knew is that my work ethic wasn't nobody going to outwork me. And I ended up winning. And so the night that I won, it was a surprise to me because I didn't expect to win, to be honest, just because of the racial makeup of the city. But I knew that it's difficult to outwork me because when I get up, it's go from that moment on. I remember CNN and MSNBC, and some of them wanted to interview me afterwards, but I wasn't really concerned about being interviewed by them at the time because they just wanted to interview me because I was a black mayor in the city. I wanted to be interviewed once I'd done some productive things in this city to demonstrate that I'm a black mayor that can get things done. And that it wasn't just based on the color of my skin, but it was also the qualities that I brought into the mayor's office to accomplish some of the things that we accomplished. So that's my journey as mayor.
Now, Mayor Gainey, I'm also a parent of an HBCU graduate. My daughter, Tiffany, she graduated from Tennessee State University. My uncle Joe Gilliam Sr. was the coach at Tennessee State University. I knew better than to go. You don't never go play for somebody in your family. So I knew better. But what was your experience like for you attending Morgan State University?
I mean, attending Morgan State, it's where I got the birth of my education. And that's what I tell people all the time. Like, in high school, I wasn't a very good student. I didn't take school serious. I didn't know what it meant to be a student. I just thought you go to school and it was just part of your day. Everybody tells you to get an education, but it's more important to understand why you're a student. And so in high school, I never took that seriously. Matter of fact, the first college that I went to was Norfolk State University. But when I got down there, I really had never been to college. Nobody in my family had been to college, and I didn't know what to expect. To be quite honest, I had never been there. And so I left there in December with a 1.8, just because I wasn't focused. And I remember coming home, my mom was like, "Wow, my firstborn, you bring me home a failure." And so my journey was I had to end up going to CCAC for 2 years to get my grades up. What Morgan State did for me was taught me how to be a student of life. Not just student of, I studied business management. And I got my degree in business management, but it made me a student of life. It made me understand my role as an African American and what I needed to accomplish. It woke me up from an academic standpoint, and when it woke me up, it gave me a thirst for hunger to want to study every day, to want to get better at my craft every day, to understand that every day I got up, that I was given 24 hours to make something happen, to learn something. So Morgan State, I call it the mother of my education, because what it did for me was it birthed me in so many ways to respect education and become the student I am today.
Now, Mayor Gainey, recently you announced your plans to run for a second term. What is your vision for our city in your second term?
I want to continue to do what we've done. I think it's very important. One is to make this the safest city in America. When I took over the city, we've had a lot of mayors, but we've had very few mayors that had to lead coming out of a pandemic. And the pandemic brings many lessons. And one of the lessons that it brings is what I wanted to do. I wanted to make this the safest city in America. And that's a challenge coming out of a pandemic, because you get all the illnesses that come out of it. And so the first year that I took office, we had 71 homicides in the city. That was the first year I came in, so we was riding that high like the nation of homicides that was happening in the city. But it wasn't my budget, so I couldn't make a lot of changes. The second year, when it was my budget, we reduced homicides by 27%. We went from 71 homicides to like 51 or 52 homicides. Right now, as we stand right now, and we ain't at the end of the year right now, but as we stand right now, we're 30% down in homicides. And so talking about making the city safe is what it's all about. When it comes to youth death, I think we went from 11-9 or 11-7 in terms of adolescent homicides. So that makes me feel good, because that lets me know that when we start reducing the number of homicides in our children, we start growing our children. And so we reduce the homicide rate when it comes to our children is a good feeling. And to know that we last year reduced homicides in the city by 27%, and right now we're at 30%, those are numbers that I'm proud of, because we came in on a 2-year hiatus from not hiring any police, which I felt was a mistake, because if you didn't hire no police in 2 years, I mean, this is still the city. How many do we have on the retirement board that can retire at any time, which is going to reduce the amount of police that we have even more. And for the first time in 20 years, over 20 years, we got a police contract complete without arbitration, with a disciplinary matrix in the contract that says if you do X, Y, and Z, you could be terminated. It was the first time in history in this city that was ever done. All that led to my belief in helping to make the city safe. Plus, we gave out Stop the Violence grant money to organizations that we thought were primed to be able to do work to help reduce the homicides in neighborhoods. And we had our REACH program that we put out there downtown in different school districts to help resolve a lot of the issues that was popping up with children leaving out the school. So we've done a lot to invest in public safety, because the one thing I want to do for sure is to reduce the homicides and continue. We want 0 homicides in the city. And I know people say, well, that's unrealistic, but if your vision is just a regular vision, why you have one?
We'll be right back with the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report.
It doesn't matter the time nor the place. The conditions or transitions. Doesn't matter. Who you are or who you're with. Before, now, and always. Through all phases of life. Duquesne Light Company is here for you.
Do you have a big heart and a spare room? Make a difference in someone's life by becoming a Dom Care provider in Pennsylvania. Open your home and heart for someone who needs a little extra help with daily living. You'll provide personalized support in the comfort of your own home and be compensated for your service. Open your door. Visit aging.pa.gov/domcare or call 717-783-1550.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a fact. Black Americans are disproportionately impacted by health disparities in our communities. From building better relationships between doctors and patients to breaking down barriers that affect one's health, UPMC is dedicated to healthcare equality for all. With better access to care, preventive screenings, and mental health treatment, we are working to promote the health and well-being of everyone in the communities we serve. Learn more at upmc.com/health disparities.
Port Authority has a new name, Pittsburgh Regional Transit, PRT for short. It's all about doing an even better job of getting people where they want to go every day. It's also about getting people where they want to go in their careers. PRT is looking for some new faces. We're hiring for every position. We offer great pay and benefits and a direct route to a great future. Go to rideprt.org/careers. PRT is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
Yeah, who's this? Don Stogie, it's me, Nick the Nub. Nicky, my boy, what you got for me? Boss, I got the bundle on some bad news about your best customer, Sammy Sticks. What, sleeping with the fishes? Nah, he's still with Wanda, but he's been herfing with the Cigar Fathers. The Godfathers? No, boss. Cigar Fathers, you know. Friendly, knowledgeable staff, live outdoor patio jams, and a wide selection of cigars and cigar accessories. Oh, how do you know so much about this place? Well, boss, because I've been coming back all week. What? Hey, I'm sorry, Don Stogie, but with everything Cigar Fathers is offering, I couldn't refuse.
It's a fact. Black Americans are disproportionately impacted by health disparities in our communities. From building better relationships between doctors and patients to breaking down barriers that affect one's health, UPMC is dedicated to healthcare equality for all. With better access to care, preventive screenings, and mental health treatment, we are working to promote the health and well-being of everyone in the communities we serve. Learn more at upmc.com/health disparities. Do you have a big heart and a spare room? Make a difference in someone's life by becoming a Dom Care provider in Pennsylvania. Open your home and heart for someone who needs a little extra help with daily living. You'll provide personalized support in the comfort of your own home and be compensated for your service. Open your door. Visit aging.pa.gov/domcare or call 717-783-1550.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
The future of transit is now, and we are working to improve your ride. Look for bus tracking technologies and other innovations to keep you better informed. Getting around town has never been so easy. PortAuthority.org.
Did you know that STD rates have increased in Allegheny County?
No, I did not.
Yeah, especially for people under 30.
Maybe I should go get tested.
In Allegheny County, symptomatic syphilis cases increased by 97% and gonorrhea cases by 18% in the past year. And having multiple STDs increases your chances of getting HIV.
Oh, wow. Do you know where I can go get tested?
The Public Health Clinic offers free walk-in STD and HIV screening located at 1908 Wiley Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA 15219.
It looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow, getting tested, and I'll make sure to spread the word.
For more information, call 412-578-8081 or visit AlleghenyCounty.us/HIV.
We're back with the Soul Pit Media, Health, and Business Report. Absolutely. Now, Mayor Gainey, speaking of our youth, you've become somewhat of a role model for a lot of our minority youth in our city. What advice can you give our youth who may want to be the future mayor of Pittsburgh just like yourself?
What I tell them all is that first you got to value yourself. And I can only use me for an example. Like, I became an adult at 21. I didn't become a man until I was 29 because I didn't really understand what it meant to grow into being a man. And so when I share with these kids, I always tell them you got to learn how to be a student of your life, not of the streets. A lot of times we study the streets more than we study our life. I need them to understand the number one value they can put on themselves is to study their life and not study the street. Select what you want to do and learn about something every single day. Understand that anything that you want in life is going to come with adversity. Adversity is your spiritual tool to strengthen the spiritual gifts that you've been given. And at the end of the day, you can't make adversity your enemy. You got to make adversity your friend. If you see adversity as your friend, then you'll see it differently. You'll understand that's your teacher, and it will teach you different skills that when you get to different levels, you will still know how to build. And that's why I tell them the key to life is to be a student of self. A lot of times we grow up, but I'll be honest, in my world, I know more people that grew old and didn't grow up. You understand what I'm saying? So I need them to understand why life is so important and why being a student every day of what you want to become in life is critical to living out the destiny that was made for you. We know a lot of people growing up, and I mean, you probably know more than me that if you think back to your teenage years and your friends and family, we know more that grew old but did not grow up. And you don't want that for no kid. The nightmares that cause. When you get to a certain age and you still doing the same thing at 40 you was doing at 20, you know that feeling. We shouldn't want none of our kids to live like that because that's a feeling that causes a major depression or anxiety that we both know what that leads to.
Absolutely. In my case, all I have to do on a very honest answer is just look in the mirror. I'm a little older than you, so I will honestly say I learned more after the age of 40 than I learned in the first 40 years, Mayor Gainey.
I believe that. Hey, listen, I believe it. That's why I tell people I became an adult at 21. True, I ain't come a man until I was 29.
Yes, absolutely. And along that line, my last question to you is a very important question. Mayor Gainey, in about a month, we have probably the most important election that at least in my lifetime that I've seen. Could you talk to our listeners as to why it is so important to not only get out and vote, but to make some phone calls and call your family and your friends and let them know how important this election is? Can you talk to our listeners about why this election is so important?
Yeah, there's so many reasons why this election is important. The contrast couldn't be more different, right? What you're getting with Donald Trump. He's already showed you. Whenever you can get on a national stage at a debate and talk about a population of people eating dogs and cats, when you can talk about what happened in Virginia, that there's good people on both sides of the equation, when you can sit there and always promote anger, and we know that anger is one letter short of danger, when you can create an insurrection and at the same time come back and ask the public to resurrect your career, when you can do all the things that continue to talk about how you divide and how you separate instead of being able to bring unification, it's a contrast to what Kamala's offering. He's offering more hope. How do we come together? The unification, what we have to do to build a strong middle class. She's the only one that had to come out with economic policy. He has yet to come out with one. And whenever you sat in the position of vice president, it's not like you was in the position doing nothing. That's the best seat to learn from. If you want to be president, the best seat to learn how to be president is to be VP, so you can see it all. And the other thing, and I always share this with my community because I think that, and I'm sure you've heard it too, and everybody else has heard it, is, well, she's not black enough. She's not black enough. And the sister went to Howard, the sister's black. But I think it's a bigger conversation that we need to have. What defines black? What defines black? And I know a lot of them say because she put a lot of African Americans in jail when she was DA. But as I recall, back then when the crack had hit it and it first hit the neighborhood, when it first hit the hood, we were the main ones calling for the incarceration of drug dealers and drug users because we had never seen nothing like this. We didn't understand the ramifications of what would come from the drug trade, that everybody uses drug at an even rate, but the penitentiary looked like us. That's wrong. But at the time that she was DA, that's what she was dealing with. But what defines black? If I'm not from the hood, am I not black? If I'm not a professional, am I not black? If I don't come from the projects, I'm not black. If I don't come from the streets, I'm not black. If I go to work every day, am I black? If I don't go to work every day, am I black? What defines black? To me, the only thing that defines black from light skin to dark black, if you look like one of those shades in between, you black. We all don't come up the same way. We've all changed. We don't come up the same way. There is not one degree or one definition of how you can define black based on what you believe someone has went through. Those games have changed. And we can't be the only race that's questioning what we consider to be black. We just can't do that. Particularly when you have a sister that went to Howard. And yes, she got different ethnic races in it. Guess what? If you take the test, we all do. But it's only in our community where we talk about what's black. It's funny we having this conversation that she's black as if Donald Trump is black.
Well, we know that's not true. And I'll be honest with you, Mayor Gainey, I'll be very honest with you on one topic. I grew up in a family of law enforcement, dad, uncle, cousin, etc. And there are some people, in order to make our community safer, and this is coming from me, that need to be in jail. You know, I wanted my grandmother to be able to go to the store or be able to have a peaceful night's sleep. So I do not fault her for being a district attorney because we cannot. I was once told by someone who was my mentor, Miss Constance Parker, and she told me that, Craig, without a seat at the table, you don't have any representation. In other words, someone who is black has seen a lot of things as a district attorney might look at your case a little differently coming from that experience. So we have to get out of trying to define who people are and look at them for the qualities that they have and how they can help our community.
That's well said right there. I mean, that's well said because at the end of the day, everybody's journey is different. But that doesn't mean that I'm not black. And we have been the only race to question our own ethnicity. And like I said before, from light brown to purple, dark black, whatever you want to call it, if you fall in those shades, you are black. And we may not have the same experience, but that don't mean that we can't bond. And matter of fact, I don't want everybody to be the same because if everybody's the same, what can I learn? There's no race that is the same. They all come up differently. And so I always tell people that this is an easy election for me to decide. I don't want someone that wants to restrict or take my rights. I want someone who wants to empower me and break the glass ceiling and create a world where true opportunity is open for all. This election is real simple. Either you want status quo that don't grow, or you want something that's going to uplift you and empower you to be the best that you can be.
Very well said and very well needed. I want to take this time out, man, to thank you because I know how busy your schedule is. For you to take time out to be on our podcast is very much appreciated. Always remember, man, you always have a friend in Soul Pit Media, Mayor Gainey, and continued success in making our community the best community and the safest community in America.
Hey, I appreciate you, and thank you for this opportunity.
We'll be right back with the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report.
It doesn't matter the time nor the place, the conditions or transitions. Doesn't matter who you are or who you're with. Before, now, and always. through all phases of life. Duquesne Light Company is here for you.
Do you have a big heart and a spare room? Make a difference in someone's life by becoming a dom care provider in Pennsylvania. Open your home and heart for someone who needs a little extra help with daily living. You'll provide personalized support in the comfort of your own home and be compensated for your service. Open your door. Visit aging.pa.gov/domcare or call 717-783-1550.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a fact. Black Americans are disproportionately impacted by health disparities in our communities. From building better relationships between doctors and patients to breaking down barriers that affect one's health, UPMC is dedicated to healthcare equality for all. With better access to care, preventive screenings, and mental health treatment, we are working to promote the health and well-being of everyone in the communities we serve. Learn more at upmc.com/health disparities.
Port Authority has a new name, Pittsburgh Regional Transit, PRT for short. It's all about doing an even better job of getting people where they want to go every day. It's also about getting people where they want to go in their careers. PRT is looking for some new faces. We're hiring for every position. We offer great pay and benefits and a direct route to a great future. Go to rideprt.org/careers. PRT is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
Yeah, who's this? Don Stogie, it's me, Nick the Nub. Hey, my boy, what you got for me? Boss, I got the bundle on some bad news about your best customer, Sammy Sticks. What, sleeping with the fishes? Nah, he's still with Wanda, but he's been herfing with the Cigar Fathers. The Godfathers? No, boss. Cigar Fathers, you know. Friendly, knowledgeable staff, live outdoor patio jams, and a wide selection of cigars and cigar accessories. Oh, how do you know so much about this place? Well, boss, because I've been coming back all week. What? Hey, I'm sorry, Don Stogie, but with everything Cigar Fathers is offering, I couldn't refuse.
It's a fact. Black Americans are disproportionately impacted by health disparities in our communities. From building better relationships between doctors and patients to breaking down barriers that affect one's health, UPMC is dedicated to healthcare equality for all. With better access to care, preventive screenings, and mental health treatment, we are working to promote the health and well-being of everyone in the communities we serve. Learn more at upmc.com/health disparities. Do you have a big heart and a spare room? Make a difference in someone's life by becoming a dom care provider in Pennsylvania. Open your home and heart for someone who needs a little extra help with daily living. You'll provide personalized support in the comfort of your own home and be compensated for your service. Open your door. Visit aging.pa.gov/domcare or call 717-783-1550.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
The future of transit is now, and we are working to improve your ride. Look for bus tracking technologies and other innovations to keep you better informed. Getting around town has never been so easy. PortAuthority.org.
Did you know that STD rates have increased in Allegheny County?
No, I did not.
Yeah, especially for people under 30.
Maybe I should go get tested.
In Allegheny County, symptomatic syphilis cases increased by 97% and gonorrhea cases by 18% in the past year. And having multiple STDs increases your chances of getting HIV.
Oh, wow. Do you know where I can go get tested?
The Public Health Clinic offers free walk-in STD and HIV screening located at 1908 Wiley Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA PA 15219.
And it looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow, getting tested, and I'll make sure to spread the word.
For more information, call 412-578-8081 or visit AlleghenyCounty.us/HIV.
We're back with the Soul Pit Media, Health, and Business Report.
Hi, this is Debbie Norrell, and welcome to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report Community Calendar. Save the date for the 9th Annual Gwen's Girls Equity Summit and Award Ceremony, October 10th and 11th, University of Pittsburgh, the William Pitt Union. Mark your calendars for an unforgettable experience. Join Gwen's Girls for inspiring sessions, impactful discussions, and networking opportunities with leaders and innovators. Get ready to collaborate, learn, and shape the future together. For more information, go to gwensgirls.org/Equity Summit. The 2024 Walk to End Alzheimer's is Saturday, October 19th at Highmark Stadium, 510 Station Square Drive. Registration begins at 9:30 a.m. For more information, contact Lizzie Groves at 412-407-3948, extension 1133. According to the Pittsburgh Foundation 2024 voting guide, if you are going to use a mail-in ballot, remember to complete your ballot carefully. Step 1, use a black ink pen to complete your ballot spaces. Step 2, don't go naked. Put your ballot in the secrecy envelope or it will not be counted. Step 3, seal your secrecy envelope inside the larger envelope, then complete the voter's declaration. Your ballot must be received, not postmarked, by 8 p.m. Tuesday, November 5th. Only use cash, but want the convenience of paying your fare with your smartphone? Ready Cash turns your cash into an instant mobile ticket, valid on all Pittsburgh Regional Transit vehicles. Visit any Connect Card vending machine or participating PRT retailer displaying the Ready Cash decal to add cash to your Ready to Ride account. Then use that cash to purchase your mobile ticket. Don't forget to visit thesoulpit.com, the latest in theater, musical entertainment, job opportunities, and health information. That's thesoulpit.com. Thank you for listening to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report, brought to you by Pittsburgh Regional Transit. Looking for a great job with benefits? Check out their website, rideprt.org/careers. Thank you for tuning in to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report, hosted by Craig Dawson, Vice President, Soul Pit Media. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for your continued support.